Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this session, and we'll start with the indexes analysis. Over to you, Vivek, sir.
Thank you, Kamal. Morning, friends. We are back to our weekly session of the week that was and the week that is expected to be. Quite a turbulent week, quite a news-driven week, and some unexpected news did walk in, due to which we had a very strong correction, specifically on Friday. Thanks to the Fed, thanks to the banking news, we have some things to look forward for in the coming future. But this is what happened on Friday. But the indications of this were around the corner almost for the last 3 weeks. Now, as you can see, we are showing you the Dow Jones weekly chart. You look at these 3 candles, very clearly doji candles, right? And after that, the downtrend started. The crossover happened somewhere over here. Both CCI as well as the MACD crossovers. So the markets had told you, get ready for a downtrend. And the downtrend has started off. Now, what is the Dow Jones telling you? Where are we expecting to touch in the near future? If you look at the last candle is a Marubazu red candle, which is a bearish engulfing candle, right? The 8 moving average has crossed the 20 moving average downwards, and in one candle, the price has moved from 8 to below 34. Very close to the super trend levels, very close. And I don't see a support here at all. The support, if at all, if it comes in, is around 28,800 or 29,000. That is the first support. 28,800 and 29,000 is the first weekly support that I see. The gap ups in the process can be expected to get filled. If this super trend level of 31,500 breaks conclusively on a closing basis, the weekly super trend will turn bearish and will go down. Your indicators of CCI, indicators of stochastic, indicators of MACD have all given you a bearish crossover, and the bearish trend has just started. So this level of 28,800 and 29,000, that's almost about 3,000 points away. That's another 10% downward track can be expected. But does that mean it will be a straight fall? No, it will not be a straight fall. But yes, there is a downward pressure going to come on the broader US markets. Right? This is the candlestick pattern. Very carefully watch this also on Heikin-Ashi pattern. And you have 3 black crows. You have 2 dojis, almost 5 dojis over here, and you have 3 black crows. 3 black crows for Heikin-Ashi. And you see the trend clearly now. Right? That is why I am expecting this to further fall down. Don't expect a bounce back, because this level at 32,672 was a support zone on this level here, which has been breached and gone lower. Now, this is the support level you're looking at, 29,200 or 29,000 or 28,800. So anything up at 29, I will start looking to buy. Today, if you want me to trade this, I can comfortably buy a put and expect this target somewhere in about very clearly by mid-April, by April end or midway. This a 10% fall. I could buy a put of a strike price of 29,000 for mid-May and watch the fun. Just ride the wave. That is what I would do. Right? Now, this was the weekly chart. Let's also check out the day chart. What can we expect in the day chart? In the day chart, your first support is at 31,730. Convert this to first candlestick so that it's easier. Yes. First support at 31,730, 750. That will get tested on Monday. Monday, this should break. Monday, if this breaks, your next support below is 30,300, which was the resistance here, the support here, resistance here, support here. So 30,250, 30,300, and thereafter 29,000. Because there is nothing in between this which is going to stop this. If 30,000 is achieved, this will be tested. 29,000 or 28,800 will be tested. There's 29,100, 29 and 28,800. This will be tested. Once this level of 30,000, 30,250 is breached, clearly on conclusive basis, this is a day support. If this gets breached, this is round the corner. And at 28,000 or at 28,800 or 29,000, it becomes a weekly support for you to now buy for an upper target at that rate, at that point. Today is 12th of March. I'm making a statement. Whenever Dow Jones is seen at about 29,000, you please buy a call, a 2-month call, expiry call, 2-month or 3-month away expiry call, strike price of approximately about 32,000. Strike price of 32,000 should be bought immediately, and then watch the reversal. You will get it at that point at throwaway prices. Why throwaway prices? Because there will be fear in the market. Nobody will talk about 32. You will buy at 32 call price, strike price, at least 2.5 months away expiry, and then ride the wave. That was Dow Jones being planned for the next 2 months and for 5 months thereafter. The 2 and 2.5 is about 2 months and 5 months altogether. Total about 5 months planning has been done, buying a put and then buying a call. Now this was Dow Jones, which is the broader market. Let's look at NASDAQ. Weekly chart. Again, you will realize this. Falling, bearish, engulfing candle on the weekly chart and at the 20 moving average. Now, NASDAQ was a laggard as compared to Dow Jones. So it's at the 20 moving average. Whereas Dow Jones on the weekly chart is below the 34 moving average. That's the weekly chart for you, for Dow Jones. This is the weekly chart for NASDAQ. Now here, the first support for NASDAQ is at 10,500. In case if 10,500 gets broken, then look where will you go up to. Then your fall is all the way up to 8,500. In case if 10,500 gets broken, which is at this level, which is weekly supports both over here, 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 and here. Look at these levels very carefully. This is the line which has been tested on multiple weeks over multiple years. 10,500. So multiple weeks, multiple years. So as per me, 10,500 should act like a very strong support for NASDAQ as of right now. So if you are trading NASDAQ, you could take a put of 10,500 or 10,600 put and see the price moving towards that, but long expiry. Strike price 10,500, long expiry. That means you should be now looking at SQQ calls to buy, SQQ calls to buy, or TQQ puts to buy. Right? Technically, indicators have already given you the negative bearish crossover, so it should come down. This is the weekly chart. The day chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your week opened at the high point, touched the super trend level, came down and closed near the rock bottom of the week. This is the day chart, rock bottom of the week. First minor support at 10,800. That's another about 500 points lower. And then this level, which is 10,100. 10,300, 10,200, 10,100. Yeah, very clear indicators are all turning bearish and going down. And you are 3 black crows or 4 black crows or 5 black crows and clearly in a downtrend. Your super trend has turned flattish and curved down. Another issue, if somebody has studied Bollinger Band with me, you would have realized that the Bollinger Band is also talking about some indicators. Look at the mid Bollinger Band curving down, look at the lower curving down, and look at the upper curving up. The band is about to balloon or expand. If it is ballooning or expanding, this fall will be acute, quick, and fast. So from 11,100, expect 10,200. So look for a SQQ for April end expiry and move on that account. I will study the SQQ charts also thereafter. But this is clearly on a day chart. Watch this on a Heikin-Ashi and you will get a reconfirmation of what we have just discussed. 3 black crows and the super trend has just turned. Heikin-Ashi says first support 10,850, next support 10,250. Levels, be it Heikin-Ashi, be it candles, are giving you almost similar. Almost similar. Hardly a change. Heikin-Ashi weekly, very clear. Again, 3 black crows. Weekly candles, 10,300. 10,150, 10,200. And if this breaks, just watch. If this breaks, it goes all the way down to this level. 7,000. Because there is nothing from here to here on a weekly candle in Heikin-Ashi also. Even if I convert this to a regular candle, you will realize the same thing. If this breaks 10,300 breaks, the only temporary support will be over here, 9,300, and then possibly this place 8,400, and then 6,700. And indicators are just starting to turn on a weekly candle. Look at CCI, positive 23. He has to go down to minus 225 at least. Look at stochastic, plus 58. It can go down to 0. And look at MACD. You are in the positive side, and the negative crossover has just taken place. So all the way down, it is expected also. So whenever this falls, if this breaks 10,200 or 10,150, it will be the Niagara Falls flowing in full speed down. That is why I say look at SQQ calls or TQQ puts. Before I analyze SQQ, let me finish off by analyzing TSX.
Sir, question on NASDAQ. If we are seeing that, there's a chance it could go down to as low as 7,000, which is, about 35-36% worth of, downward movement.
Yes.
We expect a general bearish trend for the entire month of April.
April and May. Because
April and May.
7,000 touching from 11,000 is almost a 40% correction down.
Correct.
Right? And that can't happen in 1 month. That will be April and May. And that all depends if this level of 10,000 gets broken down, which I am finding it difficult because you are on a weekly support. And
right.
weekly
And
support,
this
weekly
gets
support
tested.
on multiple time frames, and this will get tested.
This gets tested, probably in about 2 weeks.
I would say 2 or 3 weeks at least.
Okay, so we are looking at
because of the current news flow, this
right.
could get tested in the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Right. So at least a 2 to 3 week of a downtrend, and then basis the support,
Yes.
it could go down. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Thanks, sir.
So that is the way. That is why I said if I'm taking a option trade, it will not be 1 week, 2 week, or 3 week. It will be a 6-week trade. I'll take a strike price expiring 6 weeks away, so that I don't get affected by the decay in the price because of time.
Right.
Right. So I can, and if the price comes in my favor, depending upon my greed, I will book my profits accordingly.
Fair enough. Right.
So if somebody really wants to work it out, when we come to SQQ or TQQ, we will look at the strike prices and then see how well are we going to check that out. But this is NASDAQ, and I will not close this chart. I will shift to TSX and then immediately shift to SQQ, so that we will have a continuation with NASDAQ and SQQ. Right?
Right, sir.
All right.
Atul, yesterday you had a question why we suggest expiries over 2 weeks. So hopefully you got the answer.
Yes, Kamal. Thank you.
All right. Now, this is TSX again on the weekly chart, again Heikin-Ashi, and you look at the trend happening. Now, this trend happening is again primarily because of what happened on Friday. The closure is at the low point of the week. So next week, expect a gap down and further down. Now in TSX, this is your first weekly support, 18,300. That's about 1,400 from here, 1,500 points from here. Number one. Number two, your crossovers have just happened. Weekly crossovers have just happened. I've always maintained TSX is more resilient than NASDAQ and Dow Jones. And that is what was shown over here. It was resilient, check this chart of Dow Jones. Weekly chart, check this chart of TSX. It's because of Friday movement, the same thing happened. Otherwise, it could have been a different chart. But here again, you're waiting for 19,500 as a support to first take a bounce back, which I don't think will be held. So Monday, they should break down. It should be a gap down opening just to test the levels over here, which is 18,300. So 18,300, expect that in 2 or 3 weeks. Clear? This is a week. Day chart. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, clear downtrend. It touches the upper super trend level, touches it and bounces back. Now, look at your indicators giving you crossover all the way here on Monday. So stochastic gave you a negative crossover on Monday. CCI gave you the negative crossover on Wednesday, and so did MACD. Though it gave you a green candle, it gave you a negative crossover, and volume starts to rise. General, broader markets selling. Why? Because you were close to your highs and about to correct. Now, what is expected? Curving down, mid Bollinger curving down, upper Bollinger going up, lower Bollinger going down. So, on the day chart, this 19,200 is around the corner, which you should be expecting to see by Wednesday latest. 19,200, 19,300 by Wednesday latest. Though I'm being conservative, I would even look at getting a wick on by Monday evening, or a wick flow gap down opening on Monday. So 19,300 or 19,250 could be seen Monday also. But that will be a point to check, is the market cracking below 19,200 or reversing from there. Clear? We covered the 3 indices as promised to you. Any questions on TSX before I take up SQQ?
Sir, a question is there is no possibility like people are bounce back or some, because it's continuously down from, maybe it will go down, but any possibility or chances like that, suppose it's bounce back, or what condition, or just it will go down only? Because
that is why I said the bounce back is expected on TSX, but at what levels? Bounce back is expected, but at what levels? 19,200. 19,200, I'm expecting a bounce back from this level. 19,200, 19,300. I expect, because this is a day support. This is a day support. 19,200, 19,300 is a day support. Check it out of the week and you will realize this. This is a weekly support also. 19,300 is 1-2 week support. So it will give you a support to bounce back. But look at the Maru Bazu candle. After this Maru Bazu, do you think 19,300 will be held? I would rather now look at a lower support of about 18,300. 18,300, 18,500 is my support zone now. This will be my true support. Why? Because not only did it support here, it supported here, and it gave me the support at this level. So this becomes a multi-year weekly support. Multi-year. This happened in 2021. February 2021. This happened in July 2022. This happened in October 2022. This will be now in 2023. This is a multi-year weekly support of 18,300, 18,000 multi-year weekly support. This will be a stronger support as compared to 19,300, because 19,000 is just once here and once here. So this, and because of the bad news, banking will be under pressure. So automatically, all the three indices will be on a gap down opening. So gap down opening at 19,775 to 19,300 is a gap down that can happen in a wick, take a slight bounce for a day or so, and again start falling. But you cannot be expected to buy at 19,300. I will not like to put my money in buying unless I see a clear reversal. It touches 19,300 and goes back to 19,800 after that. Then I'll buy. But at 19,300, I will not be won't be a willing buyer. I'll be a willing buyer at 18,200, 18,150, 18,100.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Great. Now, as promised, SQQ. And I've purposely kept my NASDAQ charts also open. Right. Now, SQQ, if it goes up, what levels can you expect? 63. Once, twice, thrice, 4 times. Resistances are clearly marked at 63 and 64. Right? 63, 64. What's your stop loss? SQQ stop loss 34. And this will be a gap up opening tomorrow. Look what happened over here. Look at the volume suddenly shooting. Look at the crossovers. So SQQ, if somebody can buy it even now, your first target is 63, 64. And thereafter, higher targets of 82. First target of 63, next target of 82, 83. Yeah. Now, how do you play SQQ? Don't expect even 63 to come within the next 2 or 3 days. But yes, I will buy a call of 63 expiry or 60 strike price. Again, mid-April or 3rd week April expiry or end April expiry. End April, better. I'll be getting it longer duration to play on it. So I can buy an end April expiry of strike price 60 or 65 or even 60 to be safe side and play with the trend. And stop loss very clearly will be the low over here of this week, which is 35. Low of the week, which is 35, is my stop loss. Now watch this on a day chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 marching soldiers, and the super trend has just turned bullish with good volumes. And look at the crossover. When did the crossover happen? Wednesday. Again, The NACD crossover is in the positive territory. And in the positive territory, expect a huge spike up. Clear? So SQQ from here all the way up to this place, 58, 63, 65, and then higher. Right? 63, 68, and then higher. Is that clear? Any questions on SQQ? Guys, any questions? No. Can you hear me?
Yes, Vivek sir.
Gaurav, can
Yes,
you hear
sir.
me?
Yes, sir.
Lovely. Just 1 second. I think I had a call on my mobile. Just give me a minute.
Meanwhile, if anyone has any stock request, please feel free to put up in the message and Vivek sir will include in the analysis.
So we can't hear you. You're on mute.
Vivek sir, can you unmute yourself?
Sorry. Yeah. All right. So, all right. We have Tesla and we have. Kamal, you have to just run me through the stocks that are required. So I'll just run them through. So I'll
Okay.
take up Vivek Krishna's stock first, since he
Yes.
requested them yesterday. And
Yes.
then, as per the order of request, Tesla, and of course, Dust. And Atul also has mentioned Dust. So I'll take up Vivek's request first, since he had requested them yesterday.
Sure.
But any questions on SQQ? Does anybody here? Or how will I be trading SQQ? That question is specifically meant for Atul and the other learners who have just recently joined us. Atul, you're on mute. Yeah.
No, sir, I'm good.
Good? Lovely. Prasad, since you're an option trader, and Gaurav. Prasad, Gaurav are also option traders. And of course, Hitesh and Vivek.
So no question. Just if you remember, I think 3 to 4 weeks back, and Kamal, you can correct me. I think then the news का तो कोई chance भी नहीं था. But I think at that point we were discussing that we could buy March end $17 calls for TQQ. Also $17 puts for TQQ.
TQQ, yes.
Right. Fortunately, unfortunately, I'm holding one. Abhi bhi wo, it's close to no profit, no loss. I mean, might be $1 up or down. But let's see how that goes. I mean, it's not very high risk.
You will be making good money tomorrow morning. Monday morning, you'll be making good money.
Let's see, man. I just removed my my sell instruction for that. So
Yes,
I'll see
good.
what this week holds.
Good decision by removing a sell instruction, because you will make good money on Monday.
Yeah, right. I just held one call, one put. So I said, okay, let's go. Let's see how this goes.
How this goes. Well, just remember when you have a cake with that profits. Right? So don't be too greedy is what I would say. But yes, since it's only one contract, you cannot do much. You have to execute the entire contract and finish it off. So trail your stop losses closely as possible.
Right, sir.
Done? Good. All the best. That's good news. Thank you. I mean, I keep forgetting all the trades that I'm suggesting. It's only when the keen critics and followers like you who remind me that this is what we had committed. And feels nice that our small technical analysis is coming out to be true. So feels nice. All right. So that being done, let's start with the stocks which Vivek had requested. Kamal, you will have to start ENGH.
Yes, engs.to.
We have Vivek with us online.
Yeah, Vivek is there. Oh, he was.
Vivek, I think your Friday trade has
He was.
taken it on complete.
He got disconnected. Maybe he will join again.
No worry, don't worry, don't worry. Even if you get disconnected. Currently at 32, I would look to buy this at 28, 29. Not before that. Not before that. This is the day support. 28, 29 is the day support. Right? And last Friday, just it gave you that gap down, and the super trend bearish has just started with a huge candle gap down. It's a huge Marubazu with a large volume. So even at 27, 28, I will only like to nibble at it. This at 24, 25 would be a good buying price for this counter. Check this out on a weekly chart. It's a dividend paying company. I just paid its dividends. The weekly chart is also giving you the same thing, 27 here and 23, 24 here. And this weekly support will be multi-year support. Just watch this. At 27.45, the support is over here, which was in October 22. The support is over here, which is 2019. And then over here, which is 2019 again. So this will become a weekly, multi-year support. So be a buyer at about 27, 25, or definitely at around 24, 25. But I don't think come on all the way here. I could start looking to buy at around anything after between 27 and 26. I will look to buy. 27, 26, I will look to buy. But this Marubazu is what is actually irritating me as well as scaring me. That it should not give me a continuation fall such that it touches 23.96 or breaks 24 on a conclusive closing basis. If 24 gets broken on a conclusive closing basis, we are multi-year low. We are lower. We are then reaching the lows of 2019, 2018. In case if 24 or 23 gets breached on a conclusive closing basis, conclusive and closing basis. So I would like to nibble at this price, at this counter, at the price of about 25, 26, stop loss of 23, and take it up for a first target somewhere over at 32, which is the current levels, 32, 33. First target, 32, 33 here. Second target, 40. But this will be a swing trade. Very clear, long drawn, multi-month swing trade. It will not happen within a week or two. It will be your weekly chart. You're looking at multi-weeks or at least about 3 or 4 months. After this big Marubazu, 3 or 4 months of movement. before it can come to this level. So patiently wait for a good entry price. Clear? Is Vivek back online? Otherwise, his next
Yeah, he got a call. He said he will join again.
over CHEUNTO. Again, a good dividend paying stock. I think it's being a monthly dividend or whatever it is. Good dividend paying stock, but definitely in a downtrend. Definitely in a downtrend. And support should be picked up. $6.73. So around 7 is the buying occasion. This is a weekly chart. They are talking about consolidating in stochastic at the rock bottom, but I am still not. There is a reversal happening, but still not confident. Right? Let's see the day chart. The markets fell on Friday, but this company is actually this ETF or whatever you call it is still holding on to it. It gave you a kind of a doji candle on Friday, though the markets crashed. Right? The good point is that the super trend is turning flat. So which is why it is at a support zone. And very clearly waiting to close this gap. So this gap closure, or at least this low of this gap of this candle, should be attacked. And the low is at 8.25. This should be attacked. This gap closure at 7.53 and 8.25 should be 8.25 or 8.3 should be tested or attacked. On the day chart, bearish crossover on the stochastic has just been seen. Climbing, flattening. So climbing, flattening is because of this consolidation happening over here, which was at a day support. Watch this very clearly. This is the day support here. Right? So this is happening over here. But the mid Bollinger Band slanting down, lower Bollinger Band slanting down, upper Bollinger Band slanting down. So this consolidation is happening over here. But I am expecting this to fall down and come down at least to 8.3 levels. To test this gap up. If it touches 8.3, I'll be very careful in trading this counter, because then the lower gap, this gap has to get filled in at 7.5. Then my support to buy would be 7.3 or at 7. I'll be a buyer between 7.25 and 7, and then waiting for a bounce back. Not before that. All right. Good. Kamal, the third counter that he asked for.
He asked for AMD. It's traded in US market. AMD.NE is a uh, is Canadian hedge. It's listed on NEO.
All right. Super trend has just turned bullish, and immediately the correction happened. Day charts. The correction is primarily because of Friday. Expect that to come down. Expect 1523 as the support trend to get tested. I don't expect this to break immediately, but at least 1523 to be tested on a by a wick movement at least. Weekly chart still positive. Weekly chart still positive. No negative crossovers, no bearish crossovers. Day chart just turned bullish. So expect 1521, 1523 to get tested over here. Right? If this breaks because of the market, other markets break, I don't expect every company to break, but if this breaks, the first support here will be $14. Resistance here, support here should act like a support again at this level. $14, and thereafter the lower resistance at $12 here. But if you ask me personally, I would look at 1475 as a, or 1450, 1475 as a first support in case if 1525 or 1520 breaks. It could be a wick movement where it will touch the super trend, give it a wick down, to close this gap. This gap is very clearly 1469. And here is 1526. So 1470 and 1525 is a gap waiting to get filled, which did not get filled in over here. This is 1482 and this is 1469. So there is still another about 13 cents gap left to be filled in. So they may touch the super trend at 1520, give you a wick up to 1470 or 1462 or 1465, a wick movement and bounce back. That is what I'm expecting on AMD. A wick movement down only to fill the gap and bounce back. Right? Next we have Tesla by Hitesh. Atul, I'll take up your dust also. Just now, a small disclaimer on Tesla right up front. Elon Musk has made a statement he's willing to buy the bank. He always does these Twitter jargons and Twitter gimmicks. He's given this statement, very well known. He can withdraw a statement anytime he wants in the future, let the price fall further, then again try and buy it. He is moving out of his core competent businesses just because he has money coming in from other sources, which are basically again a bubble waiting to burst. So Tesla, I will tread very cautiously on Tesla all through and through. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Elon Musk, and I don't like his style of doing work and doing business. That was my declaration, which everybody knows it on my group as well on the platform here, how much I love him. Right? So let me first remove all the drawings that I've drawn over here. We had actually studied this in one of our. Forget it. Let's leave the math. Now, Tesla is on our day chart. If you look at this clearly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This entire last week has been lower highs, lower lows. Clearly 5 black crows starting right from here, mid of last week. They also, last 2 weeks, it's clearly falling. Indicators on day chart, clearly falling. This is a reversal, but I am not yet convinced because the others are still falling. And the super trend has turned bearish, and most importantly, he is clearly pointing down. He is not turning flat. He's clearly pointing down. So expect more downward movement on Tesla. Definitely expect more downward movement. Now on Tesla, current at 173, super trend support at 135. You look at this last 3 candles of the week. This is a weekly chart. The last 3 candles, you can expect 135 on the card. When? Not immediately, definitely. So, if you really want to trade this, and look at this MACD cross on the weekly chart, just happening at the 0 line. Stochastic crossed over just 2 weeks back. CCI curving down at positive 39. You can go all the way down to minus 200 or minus 225 also. If he's going to go down, 135 is going to be tested. So how would I trade Tesla just now? Those of you who are playing options, Tesla is an put buy. You buy a put of Tesla, strike price of 140. Strike price of 140. Expiry, I would say 3rd week April. If 140 comes earlier, it will give me good money either way. So I would say 3rd week April. If somebody can just give me the option prices for Tesla, strike price 140 for April, 3 weeks or 4 weeks of April. All the 4 strike prices, you can see which one would be most appropriate. I would buy this. And what is going to be my stop loss? My stop loss will be spot of 200. Though I don't expect that stop of 200 to be touched at all. Neither this week, nor in the next week, nor after that.
Sir, 130 strike of 31st March is 90.
140 strike.
140 is 1.29.
$1.29.
Yes.
Right?
So you said for March end or April end?
April, not March, April.
April end.
Mid-April or mid-2nd week, 3rd week, 4th week.
Okay. 14th of April, 140 is 2.74.
Yes.
And 21st of April is 380 cents. $3.80. And last week of April, it's $4.29.
For 140. And if I take it 135?
135 is last week of April is $3.75. And mid of April, 14th April is $2.15.
I'll let you go with 140 strike price, very clearly. And if you look at the history of the chart, this would have been a good purchase price somewhere around 28th of February. Or even on 6th of March. it would have been a very good purchase price. 6th or 7th of March. Can you check out the same price on 6th of March or 7th of March for a 140 strike price? 21st April. What was it on 6th or 7th of March and what is it today?
We won't have historical options.
You don't have the historical. You can't even see it on the chart. I can't see it on the chart here.
On chart, okay, so what expiry you are asking?
I'm talking about 21st April expiry for 140 strike price on 6th or 7th of March.
Okay, 6th or 7th of March.
It must be at rock bottom. It must have gone up after that.
Yes, on 6th of March, it low was 1.9, high was 2, so 2.2.
Yeah. So, and what is the price? What is the price currently?
380. So it's
That means almost doubled.
doubled.
Almost doubled in just 3 days. Just 3 working days, 3 or 4 working days, 20 days.
Almost four working days.
Guys, that is the power of options. And purely on candlesticks and support resistances. Right?
Yeah, for those who would be look.
We picked up far expiries so that there is no option decay. Now, Atul, you will not understand this because you haven't undergone through the option trading exercises. But be it Gaurav, Prasad, Jitesh, Vivek, and Prashant, they would understand this because they have gone through the process of how would we take an option trade in an option buyer. They have all been taught option selling. When I teach option buying. Right? So that is the way, that's the difference between different style strategies of trading on options. So that is the way options could be traded on doing it. Right? So let's go back. We done Tesla for you, Singh. Let's pick up the other stocks also. Kamal, which is the next stock after Tesla?
So stock is Google. Atul, your request is crypto, right?
No, that is just is a ETF.
Okay, then that is gold bear. So
Exact.
UST.
Yeah, correct.
Yes.
Which one?
Yeah, first one. First one.
So Vivek sir, I am looking for weekly, what a long term or weekly, what we have to do. We have to keep it as it is or we have to exit from the trust.
So it's bear ETF.
It's gold ka SQP.
Look, if the market is going to fall, gold will have to go up. Now, he's just crossing over, if you ask me. First resistance at 1680, which is the support trend, and then track it thereafter.
Okay.
Number one. Number two, Bollinger Bands slanting down, climbing, going in for a squeeze. So tomorrow morning, this could take a crossover at 1660, and then let's see after that how it happens. This is bullish as on right now, but the crossover on MACD has been far below the zero line and not yet reached into the histograms. So this could exhaust itself at 1660 and then reverse stuff.
Okay.
Right? So this is a bearish ETF for gold. So with the markets collapsing, this will also collapse. because gold will rise. When markets collapsing, gold will rise, and this is a bearish ETF, so this will fall down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Google. Weekly charts, negative on stochastic, negative crossover on MACD, CCI turned flat and in a downward trend. So downward trend, markets looking bearish, expect a lower trend for this. But what levels to watch out for? $86, $85. We'll look out for $87, $85 as a zone to buy. First one, this is weekly. Now, in case if this breaks, $85, if this breaks, $71, $75, $71. This is the zone to buy. Now, if we are expecting the markets to break, and Google and Meta are all tech-based stocks, so listed more on NASDAQ. So expect, your buying price, 71, 75. Right? A $20 fall from here is 25% loss or a 20% loss definitely. But on the weekly chart, look at a super trend, look at the others. Super trend is now flattish. This is an upper cap. 105 is the upper cap for Alphabet before it has to gain any further steam. If you are buying this, your target is only 105. Where should you be buying it? You should be buying it at the weekly support zones of approximately around 85, 86, or failing which around 75 and 73. Right? Markets are bearish, so I will not like to enter Google as on right now. At this point of time, I would rather sit on cash than enter a trade. I would rather sit on cash than enter a trade. Right? The day charts, same. Look at the super trend flattening at 96 and reversed. And look what happened. Last week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, it touched the super trend level of 96 and reversed. 95.53, 95.96, 95.67, 95.97, 95.50 and above were touched on all 4 days, Monday to Thursday, and going down. It had a cap on the top. There was a lot of selling pressure on top and all coming down. So day supports 85, 83, 85. And weekly supports 73, 75. So if you want to nibble in Google, you should start nibbling around 84, 85 or 83, 85 first target of 100 and then 105. Simple. It's a simple trade. Buy it on 85, get out at about 100, otherwise get out at 105. And if 85 breaks or if 83 breaks, next buying at about 73, 75. So buy at 74.
Sir, can you
Yeah.
also look Google Canadian hedged?
Give me the code.
The code is same.
Google. You'll have to give me the code. No,
Listed
wait.
on Neo, right? Google dot
Yeah, 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 yeah.
GOOG.NE. It's a GOOG.NE. This is ETF.
.NE. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing. Day chart. This is a supported level, 1640. Touched on almost all the 4 days of the day of the week and fallen down. Where would I buy it? 1475 or 1440. So between 1450 and 1475, I would be a buyer on a day chart. Target straight first attempt 1625 or 1630. Second target 1740. Third target is the height overhang. $18.50 or 18. But this is the resistance on a day chart. They are not able to break out. Your support here is very clearly at 1475 and 1435. This is the day chart, day support. Trend has clearly turned bearish. Look at the stochastic crossovers. Look at CCI coming down. Look at MACD below the 0 line. So it can be a fall. It can be a good fall. Specifically when the broader markets are falling, this can be a good fall. 1450, 1460. Good place to buy. Again, weekly supports. They are recently listed on Canadian market. So weekly supports is over here. 1450 is my weekly support. So I would rather wait for it to buy, which if you ask me, you should get this next week definitely. With the market correcting, this should be around a good time to buy this. 1475, 1450, good time to buy. 1475 buy plus 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks of good support at 1475. Look at the low here, 1484. Look at the low here, 1477. Low here, 1461. Low is 1479. So 1475 is a very good weekly, 4 weekly support at a stretch being maintained. So look to buy at 1475 first lot. First target on this, 17.20 or just $17 and then $18. All right, Vivek?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Lovely. Next we have is Meta, as requested by Gaurav.
So the context of the meta request essentially is when there was that big gap up that happened, some time back, and we were also looking at, this gap getting filled now in context of the current scenario, are we looking at this gap to be filled?
Yes, but first I will look at this low, which is a daily support to get touched. 167, 167.50. This low to get filled in, which is the lower Bollinger Band, just below the straight turn flattish. So if super trend breaks at 170 and I touch 167, my trend will become bearish, and with the bearish trend 152 or 150, the gap can be filled. Number one. Number two, look at the crossover in stochastic. Look at the crossover on and look at the dropping line in CCI. And this at this one higher lows and lower highs, lower lows. The trend is reversed. Right? Today you are taking support at 20 is round the corner. The mid Bollinger Band 20 has also turned flattish. It is no more climbing, and you are entering into a squeeze of the Bollinger Band. And the super trend is within the Bollinger Band. So if this band breaks, if the super trend breaks, this will be a strong fall down. And keeping in view that the bank which collapsed is the bank of startups. Meta is also a tech-driven company. They will get affected. Both Meta, Google, Microsoft, all three of them will get affected. There may be companies with deep pockets. They may go out shopping, buying startups, but they will get affected with the news, and they also will connect. And this gap is now waiting to get filled. So if Gaurav, if I were you, I'll buy a put 150 strike.
Right. Sir, very interestingly, the same time when we discussed that TQQ call of $17, 4 to 5 weeks back or whenever that was, we also discussed Meta, and we had discussed that for March end, one could look at 150 or 120 puts for Meta. Unfortunately, I'm holding a 120 put, so it may not, get a lot on that. But for folks who are holding 150 puts, this would be a good one.
This is a very good one. But you have 120 put or what expiry?
So March 24th.
Oh, that will not help much. That will deteriorate only. On the contrary,
Yes,
whatever profits
precisely.
you get on that, whatever profits you get on 120 put for 24th March, take your profit at the earliest.
Right.
I would suggest take your profit, because had it been 150 put, I would have said you will make good money.
Right.
Right? All right. Anybody else? Any questions further? Or have we covered all these stocks or something still left?
Sir, Atul has requested one, and I'm going to add one more to that list.
Just one thing. Let me complete Atul's request first, then take yours last. Yes, give me Atul's request.
Atul, you have mentioned US.
Yeah, you type USD semiconductor. Yeah, first one. Ultra semiconductor. Yeah.
Primarily negative close for the week, so we'll definitely come down. Support, day support 2150 or 21. Thereafter 1850. Thereafter this gap requiring to get filled in. So this gap gets filled in somewhere at 1750, and then this becomes your support at 1550. Will it come all the way down? It is markets, and markets are going to correct in the coming week. So you can expect a correction. Number one. Number two, the super trend is currently at 2161 or 2160. If this breaks, your super trend will become bearish and the downtrend will start. This was a day chart. Negative crossover, bearish indicators, bearish indicators, day charts. Weekly, almost bearish engulfing for the weekly chart, bearish crossover, and a bearish crossover about to happen. On the week, $16. Failing which 1175.
So Vivek sir, actually weekly also I just check, that 8 or they are crossing to the 32 upward. So can we keep hold or
Yes.
there is no?
Mid Bollinger Band you can hold depending upon what the purchase price is.
Okay.
Now, what are you in the trade?
Yeah, I already take the trade. I took on the $16.
What price have you bought? You bought
$16.
$16.
Yeah.
So you're already at a $7 profit, right? My first question to you would be, on a $16 investment, if you are on a 50% profit, what is holding you from booking your profit? Look at this weekly. It is selling, giving you a sell over here at what price? High of 25.75, right? 1 week. High of 25.60, second week. High of 25.50, third week. 25.75, 25.60, 25.50. 24, high of 24.67, high of 25.60. So 25.50, 25.60, you should be selling this and getting out. Now, if this falls because of the market falling, you would have lost your 50% profit margin.
Okay.
Right? Now, at 16, when you bought, any idea what is the date?
No, sir.
How many months back? Or how many weeks
Yeah,
back?
almost 2-3 months back before, when that price.
It must have been in January first week.
Yeah,
Either
around that time.
either December last week or January
Yeah.
first week.
Yeah, in the newer time, yeah, in the between only.
If it is January last week and December first week, you have seen this high, you have seen the selling, the exhaustion at 25.70, 25.60. Please don't wait. You will get this again at $16 shortly. Not 16, but at least 17, 17.50, you will again get them at. So I would suggest at 25.26 or 25.60 or 25.50, book your profits and get out, and again get ready to buy it at $16.50 or $17. This is what the weekly chart is clearly telling me. This chart is clearly saying this. And if you had asked me earlier, even during our sessions, I would have told you this very clearly, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks of exhaustion selling. Now remember what we were telling about volume indicators? Volume of price not rising. Clear? Volume tapering off, price not rising. At 16, volume was there in purchase, then tapering off, allowing it to go up, spike in volume, and now distribution happening at this level. So 25.60, my suggestion is 25, 50 above, take your profits, kiss the market and wait for it to come back again at $16.50 or $17 for fresh entry.
Sure, sir.
Right?
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Lovely. Kamal, which is your
Yeah,
Vivek, yes, most of your requests are covered.
Thank you, sir. Sorry, I was on a
So
call.
I understood because Vivek, Kamal told me that you had to go on a call, so unfortunately I missed you.
Thank you, sir.
yes, sir.
Most
We
welcome.
have covered Vik's request. Vik, you can check in the recordings.
I will.
Okay. Yes, sir. Vik, sir, in addition to SQQ, SPXS, for those who would be trading these coming weeks.
All right. Weekly chart. Shoo. Giving you a clean crossover here, just under the zero line and the first histogram. This is about 20 on the MACD. CCI just starting the run up. Right now, why is it not giving me? First target here, 29 or 30. But that's the first target. Stop loss, $17. Or $18 stop loss. First target, 29. Market will be bearish, so he will shoot up definitely high. He will definitely move up. Right? But market is bearish. Market can turn anytime. Because if you ask me, now we keep news in the markets. I mean, I was just reading my chats. The US government has already started trying to take a preventive action, expecting a Monday meltdown. So if the treasuries of the US markets are going to be activated prior to Monday, they may not allow it to fall very badly. Because not only is one, there are at least 5 more banks in the row going to get affected. If there are about 5 or 6 banks in the row going to get affected, the government treasury benches will also get affected directly. If you study this bank, Silicon Valley Bank, you will realize most of their investments have been in government bonds. And if government bonds, if they are being asked to sell, that means there is pressure on government bonds to dip, and the government will not allow its bonds to fall down. Which is why the government treasury benches will get activated before Monday, before the opening hours, to basically subdue the fall, to cushion the fall so that they will not allow the markets to fall much. But markets being market, let's see how Monday reacts. So Monday, for the first half of Monday, don't trade. My suggestion is don't trade. Wait how the market is reacting, how the government treasury benches are going to be reacting, and then take a trade post noon or post lunch. So you can enter a trade on Monday after 2 o'clock, after the markets have settled down. Ideally, don't trade on Monday completely. Wait for Tuesday. Take the day off on Monday. Don't trade. Wait for Tuesday to take a trade. One day of no trading will be good for your financial health. So no trade is also a strategy. So don't trade on Monday, trade on Tuesday is what I would suggest everybody. But Monday, be very clear in this. National Treasury benches don't like their bonds to get affected because that is hitting them on their under the belly. Governments don't like that. And when governments don't like that, they will make certain to defend themselves come what may. And politicians across the globe will defend their turf. We have already started getting a lot of news from Yellen and group saying we are going to defend. They are going to defend. The fall gap down may not be very severe. It will be there. They cannot avoid the gap down. That the best of the government agency will never avoid. But they will cushion the gap down. They will not allow it to fall completely, which is why I said the retailers will then either force the hand of the government or the selling pressure will be there. So that is why if you must trade, if there's a gun put to your head that you must trade only after 12 in the afternoon or after lunch. Otherwise, trade on Tuesday morning, don't trade. Those holding put positions will get good chances to book their profits. Those holding long positions, specifically Atul, you in your trades, you may get a chance on late Monday evening or Tuesday, Wednesday, when the treasury benches will start reacting and taking the markets up. But book your profits at 50% profit margin. It is not fair that I call you my student and tell you to hold on to your trade when you have 50% profit.
Right.
Not fair on my part at all. Right? So as a good student, keen learner, my suggestion is place your sell orders today itself. If you're lucky, let it get traded, take your profit home, enjoy your time with the family. That is more important. Rather than living in stress that I wish that fear or of regret should not come into you. Fear of missing out and fear of regret. The market gave you 4 weeks of chances to move out. That fear of missing out and fear of regret should not steep into you at all. Right? So that is my thing.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Any more questions? Come on.
Just I would like to add to your summary. So what I'm expecting is that on Monday, prices to drop further. So aligning to Vivek sir's recommendation about trading in the second half, I would also suggest those who are planning to open new position to open towards the close of market on Monday. On Tuesday at 8:30, there will be CPI news that will be released. Whatever the news comes, I am expecting the market to be bullish, to recover from the 3 to 5 days bearish trend that has happened. Most of the stocks, you would see that they are in oversold region. So the news could be the catalyst for short-term uptrend to come to the levels where it could be either in terms of RSI, it could be closer to 50 or in the outside the oversold region before it starts continuing further in the bearish trend based on the weekly chart analysis which Vivek sir has mentioned. So for those who are looking to open trade, you can open towards the close of market on Monday. Vivek sir suggested second half. I am suggesting towards the close of the market. For a short term, 2 to 3 days of bullish trend before long-term bearish trend.
Very true.
So with that, I think we have covered most of the requests. As Vivek sir was trying to ask, is there any question from anyone else?
Kamal, I have a
No.
question.
Sorry. Go ahead, Vivek.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Kamal, like I see that AMD is, although it's a good chart, but I see that it could go up in the It looks bullish. I'm saying AMD Canadian hedged. Even if the last candle looks death cross, I mean, what that called? Gravestone. No, that's okay. In daily or weekly. Yeah. But the indicators are pointing this way. So can you comment on it?
The only point is that yes, the indicators are pointing on a weekly chart, but
Yeah.
the only thing is market is going to be under stress to fall down,
Mhm.
and this is a price rejection on a weekly chart on the upper boundary.
Yeah.
Right. So they're 1, 2, 3, and 4 at the same price of 1680, rejecting you. There is an upward price rejection and bringing it down. And this week here was a gravestone.
Mm.
Now you are taking support at the 8 moving average on the weekly chart.
Yep.
Right?
Mhm.
So that is the reason why there is stress. And with the broader markets falling, this will be under stress, which is what you will see on your day chart.
Yep.
Though this is turned very bullish on the support trend level, but 1520, that's just approximately about $1 away to test your support trend is also turned flattish. And look at your bearish seen on Thursday, Friday. CCI turning down, stochastic giving a negative crossover, and he is on the verge, MACD on the verge of a negative crossover. The snake formation is already there on the verge of a negative crossover. Now, negative crossover close to zero can take it down. So when it says negative crossover close to zero means this level of $15 or this $14 or this gap at 1370 and 14, 30-cent gap has to get filled in on a day chart.
Okay, sir.
So possibly the stress on the broader market will bring in to first fill this gap, then fill this gap. But even this gap is not completely filled in. This gap is still partially filled in. This portion of the gap is yet to get filled in. This portion of the gap is yet to get filled in. So this gap filling in and then this gap filling in. There are two gaps waiting to get filled in. And this current stress on the market will be first used to fill up this gap.
Okay, sir.
Right? That is my probable thinking. Probability wise, this is what is going to happen on Monday, Tuesday. I mean, this coming week. Monday, the treasury benches will defend. Then the retailers will come in. There is going to be a run on Silicon Valley and the other 4-5 banks, which is why the broader market will be under stress. And with the banking being under stress, this will be under stress. These are all tech-driven stocks. AMD is a manufacturing company, but a tech-driven company, and tech-driven stocks will get affected.
Yes, sir. I was listening to CNBC as well. They were telling US markets will be having issues this year.
Unfortunately, I can't access CNBC US from here. But yes, that is what the entire grapevine is.
Mhm.
And I will also be sharing you the messages I have received, which talks about how the Fed is going to be coming in to defend its bonds. Because Silicon Valley has got all its investment in bonds, in government treasury bonds.
And so that is one of the primary reasons for the collapse also, that
For the collapse also. Yeah. because the bonds have gone up, the interest rates are going up, so the bonds will become unviable, which is why the bank is being forced to sell off the bonds. And if the bank is being forced to sell off the bonds, they will defend.
Correct.
They will defend. Right. Anybody else? Any more questions?
So, Kamal, what are you trading these days? We can't see anything, any info from you.
Inverse ETF.
SQQ.
SQQ.
SQQ? Okay.
Yeah, SQQ and SPXS also I shared. SQQ price is higher. SPXS, it is around $21. So
Oh, that's okay.
So Kamal, what is for the bull? Like XP access for the bear, correct? So for the bull, what is the symbol for bull? Like
SPX.
XPX 500. XPX 500.
you're looking for 3x?
No. Actually, I know only the XPX 500, that index. I saw now XPXX for the bear, which you share now.
Yeah.
That is for the bear, right?
Yes.
Suppose market is the bull. So what are the symbol or what are the you are using? You know?
Yeah, the corresponding pair is SPXL. L for
Long.
yeah.
But that is again a triple leverage, am I right?
Yes, it's a triple.
So like TQQ and SQQ, SPSX and SP LX,
XL.
SP XL are all triple leveraged on that index.
Yes.
So they will move 3 times. They are volatile indexes. They will move 3 times the regular index.
Yes.
Right. Anybody else? Any more questions? Otherwise, we are done for the day.
No, sir. No more questions.
Okay. Great. So
All right. Good.
yeah. With that, thank you, Vivek sir, for your analysis as always of the indexes and the stocks requested by everyone. So hopefully that would help people to take profitable trades. And with that, wish you all a good profitable coming week, irrespective of the market trend. Now you can anticipate what could happen in the market, and hope you all have good health, and see you all in the next session on
Thank you, everyone.
coming Sunday.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kamal.
Thanks.
Thank you, everyone.
Sir, thanks.